Grossly negligent. That's how a U.S. federal judge describes oil giant BP. In his ruling, he says the company is responsible for the 2010 oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. The ruling could expose the British-based company to additional fines in the billions of dollars. The Deepwater Horizon drilling rig blew up, killing 11 workers. It also poured millions of barrels of crude into the Gulf of Mexico for 87 days. CCTV's Nathan King joins us now with the latest.
Yeah, Mike, BP's share price slumped on the news, down 5% at their lowest level since the worst oil spill in U.S. history. Shortly after millions of barrels of crude oil started spewing into the Gulf of Mexico, the American government vowed BP would pay.
Let me be clear. BP is responsible for this leak. BP will be paying the bill.
4 years later, and the oil giant says it's already spent $24 billion on spill-related expenses, including environmental cleanup and compensation to people and businesses. The federal judge's ruling could lead to another $18 billion in fines. In a sternly worded decision, Judge Carl Barbier wrote BP's conduct was reckless and was motivated by profit-driven decisions.
We are pleased that the district court in New Orleans has found that the largest oil spill in United States history was caused by BP's gross negligence and willful misconduct. The court's findings will ensure that the company is held fully accountable for its recklessness.
The ruling does spread the blame, though, putting 67% of the negligence on BP, 30% on Transocean, the owner of the rig, and 3% on Halliburton, the service company that cemented the well. BP now faces fines of up to $4,300 per barrel of oil spilled. The judge has yet to determine how much oil flowed into the Gulf of Mexico, but estimates range from around 2.5 million barrels to more than 4 million barrels, the biggest oil spill in U.S. history. For its part, BP says it strongly disagrees with the decision and says it will appeal. The company says that proving gross negligence is a high bar that was not met in this case. BP has already pleaded guilty, by the way, to manslaughter over the deaths of the 11 workers in the explosion that led to the spill, and already paid $4 billion to the U.S. Justice Department for a spill that may end up, Mike, costing the company $42 billion, and that's their estimate.
Significant amount of money, no doubt about it. Nathan, as you said, BP will appeal. How long are we expecting this litigation to continue on?
Well, we're 4 years in and we've got this ruling. And remember, as I said, the judge still has to rule on how much oil was spilt to set those how much they will have to pay. A lot of lawyers working overtime on the appeal. You know, there is so much at stake here for BP, and also so much at stake given the magnitude of the fines for the U.S. government. So this could drag on for many more years to come. Remember the Exxon Valdez disaster off the coast of Alaska, the biggest oil spill up until BP in 2010. That went on for over a decade in terms of litigation.
So it could be quite a while. Nathan King, live for us in the newsroom. Thank you.